A factory floor, fluorescent light, the hum of conveyors. A humanoid walks up to a supplier bin. No human in sight, no wires, no operator with a joystick. And if a robot can really do this alone, what happens to the line? What happens to the shift? What happens to the job? It reaches in, lifts a Hyundai engine cover, pivots, places it on a sequencing dolly, then turns and does it again. Nobody told it how to move. Nobody mapped the path. It was handed a list of bin numbers. That's it. This is the new Atlas. And in one quiet demo, Boston Dynamics just revealed 6 brand new factory skills it can do on its own. 6 skills that head-to-head, Tesla's Optimus has not publicly shown in the same way. And the strangest part, Boston Dynamics says any one of these skills can be taught once, then copied to every Atlas in the fleet, in under a day. So let's count them, one by one, and put each one next to what Tesla has actually published about Optimus. But first, the body doing the work. This Atlas is not the backflip robot you remember from old YouTube clips. That program was reset. In 2024, Boston Dynamics scrapped the hydraulic Atlas and went fully electric. The goal was simple: less complexity, less energy, more factory, less stunt. The new machine has 56 degrees of freedom, a reach of 2.3 meters, and it can lift 50 kilograms. For comparison, picture a full sack of cement, held at arm's length, by a robot designed to do it all day. What does Tesla say in response? Their public Optimus pages describe a general-purpose humanoid built for unsafe, repetitive, or boring tasks. They list balance, navigation, perception, interaction. What they do not publish is a checklist. No specific factory skills, no degrees of freedom you can line up next to Atlas, no lift number you can quote. So when Boston Dynamics lists 6 concrete new skills with video on a real Hyundai floor, that is not marketing noise. That is a gap. Let's open it. Skill 1. Fully autonomous part sequencing. In the demo called Atlas Goes Hands-On, Atlas moves engine covers between supplier containers and a mobile sequencing dolly. By itself. Boston Dynamics says Atlas received only a list of bin locations. Every motion after that was generated online. No prescribed path. No teleoperator nudging it. This is the holy grail of factory robotics. Not pick up this exact part from this exact spot, but here are the bins. Figure it out. Tesla's Optimus job listings mention manipulation, pick and place, regrasping. But have they publicly shown Optimus running an unscripted sequencing loop inside a real automotive supplier line? Not that you can find. Atlas just did, on camera, at Hyundai. Skill 2. A new vision system that actually tracks moving things. Here's the problem every factory robot hits. Cameras are slow, joints are fast, parts move, fixtures shift. By the time the vision system catches up, the hand is in the wrong place. Boston Dynamics solved this with a foundation vision model, plus a smoother. The smoother fuses high-rate joint encoder data with lower-rate visual pose estimates. The result? Atlas recovers full 6 degrees of freedom object trajectories, position, rotation, in real time. Translation: Atlas knows where a part is, where it is going, and how it is tilting, even while the part is still moving. Tesla's public materials describe perception. Generally, they do not describe a published smoother architecture fusing encoders and vision for 6 DOF tracking. That's skill 2. 1 up. Skill 3. Failure recovery. This one is wild, because this is the part of the demo nobody expected. During an insertion task, Atlas drops a part. The part falls to the floor. What does it do? It notices, looks down, searches, locates the dropped part, picks it back up, continues the task. In a real factory, this is the difference between a robot you can leave running and a robot that needs a babysitter. A babysat robot is not a worker, it is a toy. Tesla's official pages describe Optimus picking, walking, interacting with the physical world. They have not publicly shown an Optimus dropping a part mid-task, searching for it on the floor, and recovering without human help. Atlas can. Skill 3. But it gets stranger. Skill 4. Multimodal reaction to the unexpected. Boston Dynamics says Atlas detects and reacts to 4 different categories of surprise: moving fixtures, insertion failures, collisions, and tripping. It uses 3 sensor streams to do it: vision, force, and proprioception, the robot's sense of where its own joints are. That is not one safety feature, that is 4 reflexes, stacked, running together. If a dolly rolls, if a peg won't seat, if a shoulder bumps a rack, if a foot snags a cable, Atlas adjusts. Tesla describes interaction with the physical world, but where is the public Optimus document listing those 4 specific reactive behaviors with that specific sensor stack? You won't find one. Skill 4, Atlas. Skill 5, self-charging. Atlas can walk to a charging station, by itself, swap out its own battery and return to work. Stop and feel how big that is. A factory humanoid that never needs you to plug it in, never needs a pit stop scheduled by a supervisor. It just goes, runs low, leaves, swaps, returns. This is the bridge between demo robot and headcount. Because headcount runs 3 shifts. Tesla has shown Optimus walking. Tesla has shown Optimus working. Tesla has not publicly demonstrated an Optimus autonomously locating a charging station, swapping its own battery pack and resuming a task on its own. Skill 5, Atlas. Skill 6, fleet learning. Here is the one that should make every factory manager you know sit up. Boston Dynamics uses reinforcement learning and simulation, plus teleoperated human demonstrations, to build new behaviors for specific customer environments. Once a behavior works, they push it to the fleet. Boston Dynamics says new tasks can be redeployed across Atlas units in less than a day. Train 1. Update all. That means the second Atlas on the line does not learn from scratch. It inherits what the first one figured out, overnight. Has Tesla publicly committed to a same-day, fleet-wide behavior redeployment number for Optimus on factory tasks? Not in anything you can point to. Atlas just put a stake in the ground. Under 24 hours. Skill 6. Now here's the obvious objection, the one you're already thinking. A demo is a demo. Optimus probably does most of this in the lab. Maybe, but there is a difference between probably and published with video on a customer's factory floor. Boston Dynamics is not showing this at a tech conference. They are showing it at Hyundai's Robotics MetaPlant Application Center, with the first commercial deployment scheduled for 2026. There. And at Google DeepMind, that is not a tease, that is a delivery date, and it gets bigger. Atlas can be controlled 3 ways: full autonomous, teleoperation, or a tablet steering interface a line worker can hold in one hand. It plugs into MES, warehouse management systems, barcode scanners, RFID, through Boston Dynamics Orbit software. So Atlas isn't just a body. It is a body that already speaks the language of the factory it is walking into. And it is built to be cleaned, serviced, and maintained in the field, not shipped back to a lab. Field serviceable by plant staff. The new design also significantly reduces the number of unique parts. And Boston Dynamics says it is built for compatibility with automotive supply chains. Read that again. The robot was designed to fit the supply chains of the people it works next to. Tesla's public Optimus pages emphasize a general-purpose vision. Big, ambitious, broad. Boston Dynamics chose narrow, painfully narrow. Part sequencing, machine tending, order building, warehouse material handling. And inside that narrow lane, Atlas just stacked 6 concrete skills on the table. So here is the thesis bomb. For years, you watched the humanoid race as a contest of bodies. Whose robot walks better? Whose robot dances? Whose robot does the cooler backflip? Atlas just changed the game. The contest is not the body anymore. It is the skill list, the sensor stack, the recovery, the charging loop, the fleet update. Tesla is selling you a vision of a general humanoid that can do anything. Boston Dynamics is selling you a specific humanoid that can already do 6 things. Today, at Hyundai, one is a promise, the other is a shift starting. Back to that factory floor. Fluorescent light, the hum of conveyors. The humanoid reaches into the bin, lifts an engine cover, pivots, places it on the dolly. Nobody told it how. Nobody is watching. And when its battery runs low, it will walk away, swap, and come back. By morning, every other Atlas on the line will know the trick it learned today. That isn't a demo anymore. That's a coworker.